Well, it's that time of the year when we should be showing our love and appreciation to those around us that we cherish. Instead, I'm going to go on a gripe session. We all know we do it. There are things, sometimes legitimate problems, or in other cases, small issues that we love to turn into mountains that we want to complain about. In this video, I'll be ranking the top 5 issues that coaster enthusiasts love to complain about. Some of these issues may be more personal-oriented, while others I think we can all get behind. In the end, any complaints that we have about roller coasters or theme parks are insignificant to real problems that we can face in our lives. So with that said, let's take this video as we should, not serious. Number 5. Pacing problems. I think this complaint can be boiled down to 4 words, and that's mid-course brake run. Here you are just having the greatest time of your life, suddenly all the fun is sucked out of the air as you enter the mid-course brake run. The 3 to 5 seconds of interrupted fun seems like a ride killer to many. Personally, for the most part, I don't have a problem with the MCBRs. They serve a purpose, and that's usually higher capacity, which is another topic I will touch on in a bit. Of course, there are other issues that affect pacing, like pointless straight track that we find on Superman Ride of Steel, or there's the non-airtime hills found on Steel Force. In fact, many will nitpick some sort of issue on any roller coaster and say it suffers from pacing issues. I-305 has a section of dead track. Once you hit that trim brakes near the end of the ride, the final lap back to the station feels like you're moving at snail pace, with no airtime or strong forces. I've even heard this complaint about Iron Gwazi, a roller coaster that has yet to open. Number 4. Assigned seating. For those who hate assigned seating, 2020 was not the year for you. Almost every amusement park switched over to assigned seating to help increase capacity of their already limited capacity due to social distancing. On the surface level, assigned seating seems like a great idea across the board. Roller coasters can be loaded more efficiently, meaning faster dispatches and shorter wait times. The downside to assigned seating means, well, you don't get to pick your seat. If you've been waiting over 2 hours only to be assigned a middle row, that might be a deflating moment. This happened to me on Diamondback. After waiting about 90 minutes, I was assigned a middle row with no option of waiting for the front or back rows. I was disappointed because I really wanted to experience that insane airtime in the back row. Not every roller coaster is greatly affected by assigned seating. I think assigning guests to a seat on a family coaster or single train coasters like a shuttle ride makes logical sense. I won't be as eager to grab that front or back row on these types of attractions. Number 3. Rough roller coasters. Or should we say it's the headache that comes with it after riding. A roller coaster that has some rough spots can really ruin a great ride. Loch Ness Monster is a neat aero looping coaster that can be spoiled by a couple bad transitions. Rides by B&M are known for their smooth track, but yet can suffer from the infamous B&M rattle. This phenomenon is mostly due to weight displacement of the train, so when a train is half full, like this past year, a rattle can develop. Certain inversions are notable for their rough spots, like a cobra roll and interlocking corkscrews. However, this isn't a tried-true statement on every ride. The biggest offender when it comes to a rough ride is wooden roller coasters. We all enjoy some of that roughness that comes with a wooden track, but when it's making the train punch you in the kidney or giving you whiplash, you know it's gone a bit too far. Number 2. Bad restraints. A fantastic roller coaster can be spoiled with bad restraints. I think we all know who the greatest offender of this is, and that's Skyrush. The ride has picked up the nickname of Thigh Crush because of how bad the lap bars are. Instead of enjoying the insane airtime that Skyrush has to offer, you can find yourself wishing the ride was over because of the intense pain being forced onto your thighs. Another roller coaster that has bad restraints is Superman the Ride. This roller coaster is loaded with great airtime, exciting laterals, and decent positive Gs, but the restraints can turn your smile upside down. The badly designed lap bar will press up against your thighs, causing pain during some of the ride's best airtime moments. Over-the-shoulder restraints can be ruinous on certain attractions, especially when the roller coaster doesn't need them. The comfort collars found on the new Skyrocket 2 models have been sneered by the coaster community. We know the ride can operate perfectly safe without them, but it's only added to make the rider feel even more safe. The over-the-shoulder restraints can smack up against your neck, or in worse scenarios, turn your head into a ball from a game of pinball. Vekoma SLCs are the most notable for their head-banging extravaganza. Number 1. Operations. This might not be the biggest complaint to everyone, but this is my biggest gripe by far. Poor operations can bring a great day to a grinding halt. We've all been there, steaming mad in the ride queue, watching the coaster getting loaded at snail pace. The one ride operator sitting over in the corner reading a book, looking irritated that they have to do their job. For those who are actually wondering, yes, I've actually experienced this scenario before. We know the ride can get loaded more efficiently and safely, but for some reason the lack of enthusiasm oozing from the ride ops. I get it, we've all had bad days at work, especially in the entertainment customer experience market like theme parks, can get critiqued more than other markets. I mean, I'm literally criticizing them right now. Honestly, bad operations stems from bad management. If the management team isn't inspiring their workers in a positive manner, they are failing at their job. Now, there are other scenarios where we will experience bad operations, and it's not the ride operator's fault. This year, 2020, the majority of your roller coasters in operation experienced half capacity. Seats were blocked off and the rides were shutting down every hour, or in some cases every 30 minutes to wipe down all the trains. We saw wait times that would normally be like 30 minutes balloon upwards of 2 hours. Now, before I end, I do want to give credit where credit is due. The lousy operations will stick out like a sore thumb, but for every bad egg, there's plenty of great workers stepping up to the task. Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure always seems to be on point. They can push out the trains in record time, keeping the wait time down to a minimum. The team at Orion at Kings Island did a fantastic job this year. I watched them dispatch trains quickly and efficiently, doing their best to keep the giant lines moving. In fact, I witnessed great operations at all the Cedar Fair parks that I visited this year. The team that operates Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood always seems to be on point. I see those trains pumping out pretty fast, so kudos. Dollywood, Kentucky Kingdom, and Hershey Park are other notable parks this past season where I witnessed great operations. So keep up the great work. Alright, well that concludes my top 5 things that coaster enthusiasts like to complain about. Was one of your gripes listed in today's video? Let me know all about it in the comments below. Well, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on more great content coming your way by Extreme Thrills.